2018. Please join me, ladies and gentlemen, as I invite here on stage the chairman CREDAI Gujarat, who is the convener NatCon, Mr. Shekhar Patel. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. All of them have been... So let the excitement continue as I now call upon here on stage the chairman NatCon committee, Mr. Rishabh Patel. And as we have the two gentlemen on the stage, the curators of NatCon, I would like to request them to please welcome the trailblazers and the torchbearers of CREDAI National, who are shaping a more progressive and a robust CREDAI. All hands, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Rohit Raj Modi, the Honorary Secretary of CREDAI, who brings in a freshness, a new way of working, and a new way of thinking. And now welcoming all the vice presidents here on the stage, all of them, ladies and gentlemen, leading the change. Inviting here Mr. Boman Irani, Mr. Manoj Gaur, Mr. Anand Singhania, Mr. Sushil Mohta, and Mr. A. Shiva Reddy. And now would like to invite here on stage someone who has been a transformist, reformist, a change agent, in fact a social change agent, whose development model of the Magarpatta township actually brought in a lot of change, a social change, empowering the farmers to be entrepreneurs and shareholders. Ladies and gentlemen, the President-elect, Mr. Satish Magar. And now inviting here on stage the young and dynamic face of CREDAI, who represents the young and the new India vision of CREDAI, the president of CREDAI, Mr. Jakshay Shah. And we all know, ladies and gentlemen, the huge initiatives which he has taken towards bringing about a transformative change in terms of skill in education, technology, increasing the penetration of CREDAI with new chapters, the youth wing, the women wing, and many internal reforms which have actually inspired the young builders to be the leaders of tomorrow. And now inviting someone who is the icon of the real estate sector, ladies and gentlemen, hugely admired and respected for his adherence to quality and his relationship management with his people, his employees, his customers, which has helped in building so much of trust and confidence among the people and about CREDAI. Ladies and gentlemen, the chairman, CREDAI, Mr. Gitambar Anand, bringing about a huge transformational change in CREDAI, giving it a more societal purpose and a commitment towards ethical and sustainable business practices with a humane approach. And as we have the team CREDAI present here, we would now like to welcome here our distinguished guests joining us. We are here in Berlin, and we all know that it has actually stood the test of time. The way after World War II and World War I and II, it has bounced back. It is really inspiring. And today, as we all know, this is the world's largest startup ecosystem of the world. So we are delighted to have Mr. Carsten Spalek, the Deputy Mayor, Central Berlin, joining us. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for him as I invite him here on the stage. Request you, sir, to please join us. And as I invite him, pleasure, sir, inviting Mr. Nilay Patel and Mr. Sharvil Sridhar, the NatCon committee members, to kindly welcome him, our distinguished guest here on the dais. We would like to, in fact, welcome all our guests by presenting them a memento and a book, as we believe that the book is a medium towards greater knowledge. Can we have the memento and the book, please? Okay, as they get that range, I would now like to invite our next special guest present with us, someone who has always been admired for his... okay, can we... Yeah, first. Okay, before that, let's have, once again, a very warm welcome. Thank you so very much, Mr. Spalek, for having joined us. We intend to know and learn more about Berlin and the transformation which the city has been able to bring in. Thank you indeed for your presence. And now inviting our next special guest, who has been regarded well and respected for his financial acumen, someone who has almost 2 decades of experience in the real estate sector, in corporate finance and towards treasury management, and who, ladies and gentlemen, manages almost 70,000 crore loan book of the NBFC arm of the Piramal Group. Inviting here Mr. Khushru Jijina, the Managing Director of Piramal Capital and Housing. And to welcome him here on the stage, requesting Mr. Alap Patel and Mr. Sanket Shah, again from the organizing committee, to please join us here. As we said, ladies and gentlemen, throughout the day, all our speakers, our guest speakers who join, they bring in immense wealth of knowledge and experience. They share with us, and in the process, we learn how to combat the various challenges which we are going to be discussing. That is where the immense value addition by Mr. Khushru, whom we appreciate here. Now, before I invite our chief guest and a guest of honor, would like to mention, I'm sure many of you are also aware that just last year in 2017, CREDAI had inaugurated its women's wing, again under the leadership of the president and the chairman. And that women's wing was inaugurated by the Honorable Vice President of India, Shri M. Venkaiah Naidu ji. This is more towards increasing the participation of women in CREDAI and more towards their leadership role in CREDAI. So we are so very glad that as we inaugurate today, there are 2 dynamic women present with us in this August gathering who join us as the chief guest and the guest of honor. So pleasure first, ladies and gentlemen, I'm inviting Ms. Renu Sood Khanna joining us, the Managing Director of HDFC Limited, who has been with the HDFC since 1978. So almost 4 decades of experience. I'm not taking the age in terms of the experience. To felicitate her, may I request Mr. Ajay Patel, the Vice President, CREDAI Gujarat, and Mr. Tejas Joshi, the Honorary Secretary, CREDAI Gujarat, to please join us here. Talking about ma'am, as I said, she has been from the very nascent stages of the real estate sector. She has seen it growing, evolving, developing. She brings in extensive experience in the real estate and in the mortgage services. And further, ladies and gentlemen, she has also been conferred, recognized as the most powerful women, and not just for 1 year, but continuously from 2011 to 2016 by the Fortune India magazine, and also as the top 10 powerful women to watch out for in Asia by the Wall Street Journal Asia. Yes, you can be seated. And now would like to invite here our honorable chief guest, ladies and gentlemen, once again a very dynamic woman, a woman of substance, someone who has been the former Additional Secretary, Ministry of External Affairs. She's also been the Consul General of India to China, and presently she is the Honorable Ambassador of India to the Federal Republic of Germany. Ladies and gentlemen, Her Excellency, Ms. Mukta Datta Tomar. Thank you, ma'am, for having joined us. It's a pleasure, honor to have you here. और इनका यहाँ पर मंच पर स्वागत करने के लिए मैं आमंत्रित करना चाहूँगी श्री परेश गजेरा, प्रेसिडेंट क्रेडाई गुजरात, और श्री आशीष पटेल, प्रेसिडेंट जहेड CREDAI, to please welcome her. So we have Mr. Paresh Gajera, the President of CREDAI Gujarat, and from Gaihead CREDAI, the President, Mr. Ashish Patel. हमारे आज के जो मुख्य अतिथि हैं उनका यहाँ पर हार्दिक स्वागत अभिनंदन करते हुए एक विशेष पुस्तक यहाँ पर देकर उनका अभिनंदन, साथ साथ एक मेमेंटो, कमेमोरेटिव मेमेंटो celebrating the day and celebrating the inauguration here of NatCon 2018. And now, ladies and gentlemen, keeping our nation first and our national pride, we first have the national anthem. Would like to request you all to please rise for the same. Jai Hind. We deliberately kept it instrumental music so that the collective voice of everyone reflects the pride which we feel towards our nation. And ladies and gentlemen, we are here in Berlin, and I think all of us are aware that for 30 long years, the Berlin Wall here stood as a stark reminder of the Cold War. It was in 1987 that Ronald Reagan visited here, Berlin, and standing right in front of the Berlin Wall, he said, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall." And just 2 years later, in 1989, the wall opens, dissolving the half-a-century-old East-West animosity. In 1990, Ronald Reagan visits again, and this time he comes with a hammer to break the still-standing remnants of the Berlin Wall. His speech, ladies and gentlemen, and his golden words, "Tear down the wall," actually became an harbinger of change to come for Germany. And the breaking down of the Berlin Wall heralded the building of a new, progressive, dynamic, united Germany. Having NatCon 2018 here in Berlin, we aim that NatCon 2018 is that harbinger of change, heralding the much needed change which is required in the real estate sector, especially in this era of new normal, where winning and succeeding, ladies and gentlemen, is no more about just doing things differently, but more importantly today about doing different things, innovating, creating, out-of-box thinking, and changing the game altogether. So to help us come out of the past and to tread towards this new normal, in these 2 days we are going to be having many trendsetters, pioneers, revolutionaries, innovators, and inspirations who are going to be talking to us. And we aim and we desire that this time, NatCon 2018, is going to be really different, giving you a very different experience. And though we stand here making it different, but we still attach very much to our roots, to our value system, and to our Indian tradition. तो आज का NatCon 2018 का यहाँ पर हम शुभारंभ करना चाहेंगे। ज्ञान और ज्योति के प्रतीक इस दीप को प्रज्वलित कर, as per our Indian traditions. I would like to request our Honorable Chief Guest, our guests of honor, our special guest, and all dignitaries on the dais to please join in. और दीप प्रज्वलन के साथ आज के NatCon 2018 का मंगलमय शुभारंभ, और साथ साथ ईश्वर की स्तुति के साथ, गणेश वंदना के साथ, विघ्नहर्ता की स्तुति के साथ, a Lord of removal of all obstacles and the Lord of many happy new beginnings. This is a new beginning as we move towards enriching ourselves, evolving, changing ourselves in terms of our attitude, our way of thinking, our way of working.
व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः ॐ स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति न।
तो सभी के मंगलमय हाथों से यहाँ NatCon 2018 का मंगलमय शुभारंभ, और हमारे विशेष अतिथि गण, उनका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। Ladies and gentlemen, today CREDAI is one of the most powerful voices of the real estate sector. Established in the year 1999 by just a handful of members, and today it stands as a very strong organization, 12,000 members, having a representation in 23 states and almost 189 cities. It has grown, and every year it continues to revisit its vision and mission so that it stands more relevant to the times, taking a lot many new initiatives. So we would like to first share with you the various initiatives which CREDAI has been taking in these days. Can we have the film, please?
कहते हैं कि जिन्हें मंजिल की तलाश हो उन्हें मंजिल मिल ही जाती है, मगर हमारे लिए इन मंजिलों को बनाने का सफर यूं ही चलता रहता है उम्र भर, क्योंकि हम वो हैं जो देश के लिए नई मंजिलें बनाते हैं। एक कहानी लिखा करते हैं जो बस चलती ही रहती है, सफर में नई मंजिलें जोड़ते हुए चलती ही रहती है। हम हैं क्रेडाई। हमें हौसला देते हैं देश के महानुभाव, जिनके नक्शे कदम पर हम बढ़ाते हैं देश को आगे उन्नति की राहों पर। क्रेडाई एक माध्यम है देश के रियल एस्टेट डेवलपर्स को आवाम से जोड़ने का। क्रेडाई के दो अहम स्तंभ हैं, पारदर्शिता और विश्वास। क्रेडाई एक ऐसी स्वतंत्र संस्था है जहां आप रियल एस्टेट से जुड़ी अपनी किसी भी जरूरत, शिकायत या सुझाव बेझिझक दे सकते हैं और निश्चिंत तौर पे आपके सुझावों को सुना जाएगा, अपनाया जाएगा, आपकी समस्याओं का समाधान किया जाएगा और आपकी जरूरतों का सम्मान किया जाएगा। 1999 में स्थापित क्रेडाई आज 23 राज्यों में और 189 शहरों में उपस्थित है और अब तक करीब 12,000 से ज्यादा सदस्य हैं। क्रेडाई सन 2000 से हर साल नेटकॉन का आयोजन करता आया है, जहां देश की बड़ी हस्तियों और नेताओं से विभिन्न मुद्दों पर चर्चा होती है और ग्राहकों के हित में नई नीतियां एवं नए लक्ष्य बनाए जाते हैं। इसके अलावा हर साल क्रेडाई कॉन्क्लेव में हजारों डेवलपर्स एकजुट होकर व्यवसाय के भविष्य की रणनीतियों पर अलग अलग थीम्स के अनुसार विचार विमर्श करते हैं और साल में 4 बार क्रेडाई ECGC मीटिंग्स रखी जाती है, जहां सभी राज्यों के प्रेसिडेंट्स और कमेटी के चेयरमैन मौजूद होते हैं। ECGC मीटिंग्स का उद्देश्य बड़े और बेहद महत्वपूर्ण मुद्दों पे बात करके निष्कर्ष निकालना होता है। क्रेडाई मानता है कि जिंदगी के इस सफर में हम सफर हमेशा खुश होना चाहिए और क्योंकि हमारे सफर में आप हम सफर हैं, क्रेडाई ग्रीवेंस रिड्रेसल फोरम CGRF की स्थापना आप ही के लिए की गई है, जहां किसी भी डेवलपर के खिलाफ आपकी जेन्युइन शिकायतों का समय सर निवारण किया जाएगा और जिसके द्वारा हम डेवलपर्स और आपके बीच एक सकारात्मक रिश्ता कायम कर सकेंगे। ग्राहकों की शिकायतों को सुलझाने के लिए क्रेडाई ने हाल ही में एक सुप्रीम कोर्ट जज और IAS को भी शामिल किया है। क्रेडाई का CSR विंग विभिन्न क्षेत्रों में कार्यरत है, जिसमें अन्य प्रोग्राम्स चलते हैं जो असक्षम वर्ग के लोगों को सही राह दिखा सके। क्रेडाई एजुकेशनल स्कॉलरशिप फंड एक ऐसी स्कॉलरशिप है जो सिविल इंजीनियरिंग कोर्सेज, आर्किटेक्चर कोर्सेज और अन्य रियल एस्टेट से जुड़े इंजीनियरिंग कोर्सेज में पढ़ते पिछड़े वर्गों के बच्चों को आर्थिक सहायता मुहैया कराते हैं। क्रेडाई द्वारा वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट और डिस्पोजल के लिए क्रेडाई क्लीन सिटी मिशन का आगाज किया गया, जिसके तहत कम्युनिटी लेवल पर ही कूड़े को एकत्रित करके उसका सही तरह से डिस्पोजल किया जाए, उसके लिए एक नई पद्धति बनाई गई है। ये नवीन पद्धति इतनी कारगर है कि इसे अर्बन डेवलपमेंट मिनिस्ट्री की वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट मैनुअल में भी स्थान दिया गया है। क्रेडाई द्वारा कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर्स की कुशलता को बढ़ावा देने के लिए स्किल डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम्स का भी आयोजन किया गया है, जिसमें वर्कशॉप्स, ट्रेनिंग, सेमिनार्स जैसे प्रोग्राम्स किए जाते हैं। साथ ही सरकार के साथ मिलकर प्रधानमंत्री कौशल विकास योजना PNB हाउसिंग फाइनेंस लिमिटेड के साथ ऑन साइट और ऑफ साइट ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स इत्यादि भी किए जाते हैं। इसके अंतर्गत आज तक करीब 1 लाख वर्कर्स कौशल ट्रेनिंग ले चुके हैं। क्रेडाई ग्रीन बिल्डिंग्स कॉन्सेप्ट को बढ़ावा देने के लिए हर साल प्लांटेशन ड्राइव का आयोजन भी करता है और अच्छे CSR एक्टिविटीज को सराहने के लिए CSR अवार्ड्स का आयोजन भी करता है। अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग को इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर स्टेटस मिलने के पहले से ही क्रेडाई अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग को बढ़ावा देने की अनेक कोशिशें करता आया है, जिससे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री के सपने को हकीकत में बदला जा सके। क्रेडाई का सफर का सही पड़ाव तब आएगा जब अपनी कोशिशों से और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री के आदर्श नेतृत्व में ये भारत को एक नए भारत में तब्दील कर देगा। एक ऐसा भारत जो स्मार्ट हो, कुशल हो, शिक्षित हो, सशक्त हो और स्वच्छ हो।
जीवन को शत आहुति में जलना होगा, गलना होगा, कदम मिलाकर चलना होगा।
That speaks it all, ladies and gentlemen. CREDAI taking lot of initiatives, not only in the interest of its members, पर एक नए भारत की संरचना में अपना योगदान भी देता हुआ. What you see here, ladies and gentlemen, it's a 2.5 days of show, But let me tell you, there are a lot of background work which has actually gone, a lot of thought which has gone. So many people have actually worked towards it under the leadership of the convener, NatCon, giving them the direction and further guiding them. And actually making this entire experience not only a learning experience, but also motivating and inspiring one. So let's hear the thought itself from the convener, NatCon 2018, the chairman of CREDAI Gujarat, as I request and invite Mr. Shekhar Patel for his welcome address.
Good morning, everyone. I welcome our distinguished guest, Mrs. Mukta Datta Tomar, Ambassador of India to Federal Republic of Germany. Our guest of honor, Mrs. Renu Sood Karnad, Managing Director, HDFC Limited. Our special guest, Mr. Khusru Jijina, Managing Director, Piramal Housing and Finance and Piramal Capital. Our special guest, Mr. Christian Spalek, Deputy Mayor of Berlin. And all our dear delegates all across from India. We thank you all for presenting here in this 1,000 plus delegates. Thank you. As the theme suggests, breaking the stereotype, we have tried to break the stereotype what we have done right now. This is the 18th NetCon. Up till 17th NetCon, there are 2-day conference. This time we have arranged for 3-day conference and some spectacular speakers and gala dinner at different locations. I hope you all enjoy yesterday's gala dinner. So I will not take your time. We are already late. So thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, inviting the visionary leadership and the thoughts of the President of CREDAI, inviting Mr. Jakshesha for his address.
Good morning, all of you. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Good morning, Jakshay. Yes, sir. Shankar, where are you? Okay. Her Excellency Srimati Mukta Datta Tomar, Indian Ambassador to Germany, and Chief Guest NatCon 2018. Ms. Renu Sood Karnad, Managing Director HDFC Limited. Mr. Khusru Jijina, MD Piramal Capital and Housing Finance Limited. Deputy Mayor Central Berlin, Chairman Shri Gitambar Anand, President-elect Satish Magar, dignitary on the stage, dignitary off the stage, my dear CREDAI members from more than 100 cities, our sponsors, our secretary staff, and friends from media. I welcome you all to the biggest annual convention of the Indian real estate industry. Thank you so much for coming in a large number. Madam, ye break the stereotype, the first time in a history, out of 3 chief guests, 3 guests of honor, we have a 2 lady. That itself is a break the stereotype convention of the NatCon. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming. But before we begin with the Power Pack sessions curated by our NatCon committee, I would like to take a minute to thank our committee members and CREDAI Gujarat under the leadership of Rishabh Patel and Shekhar Patel, who have spent sleepless nights for the putting together one of the best, finest industry experience abroad, 18th edition of NatCon for all of us. Thank you so much. And big thank you, special thanks to all the committee members, starting from Dhruv, Sanket, Ajay, Alap, Sharif, Tejas, Viral, Sandeep, Kinjal, Ashish, Deepak, Amrish, Neelay, and Sharvil. Thank you. And I was talking to Satish Da कि ये लोग अपने बेटी की शादी में भी इतना काम नहीं करेंगे जितना इन लोगों ने 2 महीने में किया हुआ है. Special thanks to CREDAI Gujarat President Paresh Gajera, Mr. Jaswant Bhai and Suresh Patel from Surat, Mr. Sandeep Seth from North Gujarat, and Mr. Dhruvik from Rajkot. Friends, I've been fortunate enough to speak at a few of the best international and national platforms. But I can assure you that our events are either at par with them or even better. So thank you so much, Shekhar Bhai. Thank you again. I can't thank you more. Thank you for putting a fabulous show. Friends, although the history of Germany and India has a common Aryan legacy, including similarities amongst our languages for most of the modern era, India, being a British colony, did not enjoy the benefit of bilateral relationship with Germany. The contribution of German scholarship and thought to India Renaissance is an unacknowledged secret. Lifetime struggle of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and his ultimate sacrifice for the Indian nation has been ignored solely on the ground that it was Germany which provided him a safe haven against British imperialism. Presence over 1,000 delegates here in Berlin is our way of breaking the stereotypical conception of Germany and reinterpreting a new Indo-German conference for the future. Thank you. Moving on, I would formally like to kickstart NatCon 2018 with this powerful thought that I read recently. This thought is relevant not only from a personal experience, but a professional experience as well. It is also not only the perfect manifestation of our Indian real estate industry narrative, but also played a critical role in inspiring a story of 12 Thai cave boys. And I quote, "Resilience is not what happens to you. It's how you react to, respond to, and recover from what happens to you." This thought is extremely powerful and holds merit in everything that we do, personally and professionally. Take the example of recent incidents of the famous Thai cave boys, who nobody was willing to give a chance to survive amidst life-threatening conditions. This story reminds me how last year, Chairman, we also, in a similar condition, riding through unpredictable tides of GST, demonetization, and RERA, and the business condition were in a great jeopardy, impacting all our lives. And finally, how with resilience, all of us, including the Thai cave boys, we all survived. So, if you are looking for a motivation, I suggest you look around you. To the person on your left, to the person on your right, you are the perfect example of resilience. You are the greatest, the best hero of the Indian real estate industry for CREDAI. Each one of you deserve a rousing round of applause for holding a fort, being an important part of the strong community. We are here with our heads held high because of all of you. Now, coming to the beautiful city of Berlin, ma'am, which bears a historic and cultural resemblance, our own story. I first came to Berlin in 2008, and was completely mesmerized by its history, culture, progressive outlook the city has. I believe that NatCon 2018, just like the Berlin Wall, symbolize the transformation of our industry to a new era disruption as we break stereotypes in each and everything that we do, because necessity is mother of innovation anyway. We are going to discuss some of the path-breaking work done by our peers across various facets of reality. But before we begin, I would also like to share some of my personal learnings from the 2 decades of association and almost 1.5 years as the president of CREDAI, which may come handy for few of the new delegates, upcoming developers who have just joined us. First and foremost, the biggest learning has been the tough times never last, but tough people do. We all are tough people that I am taking about this in phrase. Yes, not just Gitambar, not just Satish Da, not the Shiva, not the Baman, not the Rohit, not the Manoj Gaur, you all of our years of incessant disruption, starting with the slowdown, going on the demonetization, RERA, GST, and we are all still as excited as ever about the industry. आप लोग excited हो के नहीं? Yes, that's the true spirit. The second learning stems from the first learning itself. It is evident from history, larger setbacks have only given birth to disruption, innovation that we are proud of today. Our theme for NetCon 2018 reciprocates that. This year theme, breaking the stereotypes, stresses on abolishing all convention of Indian realty, leading a renewed era for the industry. And I'm sure that the sessions and workshops designed during NetCon will definitely aid your business strategies and serve as a knowledge platform. Thirdly, would like to share, please don't underestimate the power of perseverance, which has been one of the critical factors in our success at CREDAI. As a leading industry body, CREDAI has closely worked with members of the government and developers to gauge and wade through industry shifts, leading from the front during this transitionary phase. It is the perseverance which has helped us in ensuring that the relevant state and central ministries not only hear us, but allow us to work them in making effective recommendation for policy framework. From the proper implementation of RERA to writing to the Honorable PM to arrest the undue hike in the steel prices, we have been at the forefront. We have been at the forefront of all of the industry changes because of this. Last but not the least, let's keep believing the magic of teamwork, which remains an indispensable cog in the CREDAI machinery. After all, an army general is not only as strong as the strength of courage shown by the battalion, which are our state and city chapters this case. We already crossed 200 city chapters. And as president, I'm very proud of the fact that not only has our entire CREDAI fraternity been united since 1999, but has grown to over 200 plus cities chapters across India, and we hope to continue this momentum and cross 300 chapters by 2019. Are you agree or not? Thank you. And look forward to the support from all of you as we stand on a cusp of something special, breaking the stereotypes at the dawn of another beautiful era. Friends, if I were to look over whole world, find out the country most richly endowed, which all the wealth, power, beauty in some parts of very paradise on earth, I should point to India. If I were asked under the sky, the human mind has most fully developed, some of its choicest gift has most deeply pondered on the greatest problem of life and has found solution of some of them, I point to India. And if I were asked myself what literature we may draw that corrective, which is most wanted in order to make our inner life more perfect, more comprehensive, more universal, in fact, more truly human, a life not for this life, but a transfigure and eternal life, again I should point to India. I would end with 4 lines from great poet Gopal Das Neeraj, who just passed away, but whose writing will invigorate the nation and Indian reality all times to come. हम उबलते हैं तो भूचाल उबल जाते हैं, हम मचलते हैं तो तूफान मचल जाते हैं, हम बदलने की क्यों न करें कोशिश, हम बदलते हैं तो इतिहास बदल जाता है, हम बदलते हैं तो इतिहास बदल जाता है. Thank you so much. जय हिंद.
Thank you so much, and such an inspiring and a motivating message. Take charge, be the change, and I'm sure this is going to be inspiring us not only in these 2 days, but throughout our lifetime. Thank you. And now inviting another inspiration, ladies and gentlemen, your leader, the chairman CREDAI, Mr. Gitambar Anand.
That was a very powerful message and narrative, Jakshay. We're all very inspired. Honorable Ambassador to Germany, Mukta ji, Renu ji, Kushru ji, my friends, and Mr. Spatz, the Deputy Mayor of Berlin, my friends on the dais, dignitaries of the dais, friends of the dais. Just taking forward from what Jakshay said, I think the single most important thing that any entrepreneur must have is faith. Faith primarily in himself, faith in his association, in his organization. Most of all, faith in God. That's what I believe. And if we have the integrity and sincerity, which is what we are aiming to strive for under the CREDAI umbrella, I think nothing can move us, and we are strong enough and resilient enough, as the President said, nothing really will shake us. My friends in the media are here, and just a few pointers. We've been talking about GST. GST has been quite a different animal that we've tackled so far, and I must say that things are settling down, though there are some issues which we have brought to the notice of the government, especially in the joint venture models and JDAs, and in the leasehold land premiums where GST is being charged in Navi Mumbai and in Noida. We are fighting for those with the government. We are trying to make them understand that these are unrealistic, impractical, and they are listening. That is the best part. This government listens and does something because they understand that industry must survive. We must survive. And hence, whenever we go there, and today, let me tell you, CREDAI, as has been said before, is very, very effectively recognized in the corridors of power, because we make sense in what we say and what we ask for, and therefore, they listen to us. RERA, again, another issue which we have, again, I won't use the word tackle, but we've become used to and accustomed to doing business in the more efficient and disciplined way. But yes, Section 16 of RERA, which says that all stakeholders must be answerable to the RERA authority, has very, very effectively, in the last meeting we had with the Finance Minister and with the Urban Development Minister, where Mr. Gautam Chatterjee said to the Minister that unless and until the sanctioning authorities, the Environment Ministry, the permission-giving authorities, unless and until they are not brought under the ambit of RERA, unless and until they are not made answerable to the developers for the delay in our permissions, you cannot have an effective ecosystem. So, friends, I think this is a big thing that even the government realizes. We are not to blame entirely for the delays. It is also the system of permissions, the delays in permissions. Very importantly, and this my friends in the media must listen to, recently there was some unfortunate, very, very unpleasant news in Noida about some buildings falling down because of the monsoons. They collapsed. It proved a point we've been shouting hoarse for all these years. You know, the word builder does not really apply to us. We are organized, and we've been saying that we are developers because we actually are answerable. We take our permissions. So we want to have some differentiation between the so-called builder, who may be anybody who has even a 200 square yard plot, can make 4 apartments, 5 apartments on it, need not get permissions, do unauthorized constructions, take no environment clearance, no safety measures, no adherence to national building codes. He's also called a builder, and so were we in the past. But after the Noida mishap, it has been established that we are different, we are compliant, we are answerable, we take our permissions, and it is not that the law is only for the law-abiding. Today, authorities have realized after the Noida incident that the people who do such work, which is unauthorized, should be actually punished in a more stronger, stringent way, and should be looked at under a microscope, and we are not the bad guys, those guys are. So I think that's a very big differentiator that has suddenly come in. Because I remember when the High Court, in its wisdom, was quashing the land acquisition for Noida, and the farmer said, you know, ये ज़मीन हमारी माँ है, हमको यहाँ पे खेती करनी है, हमारी रोटी रोजी है. Industry said that the minute this land goes back, it is in the center of a developed area. Be sure that there will be unauthorized construction, and this is true for the entire country. So each CREDAI member, please identify such activities going on in your areas, in your city chapters, bring it to notice of government. These are the people who give us a bad name. When these buildings fall, there's a loss of lives. We are very, very sorry for that, but we are not doing business with the way these people do business. And this is what CREDAI stands for. This is what we must effectively and aggressively bring to the notice of the media, to the notice of the politicians, bureaucrats, policymakers, and everybody else. I was just actually mulling over what, this opportunity of real estate. We keep talking about that we support 350 industries and there's so much demand, we contribute to GDP. So has anybody really thought about the numbers? I don't think so. We just talk about it. So I was just sitting down and doing some numbers this morning while having a cup of tea. So, ma'am, there are, I would say, let's put the figure at about 4 crore houses required in the country. Some people say 6 crore, including tier 1 metros, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4. By tier 4, I mean smaller towns like Bulandshahr, or maybe because I come from UP, so I say that, but smaller towns. So some people say this figure is 2 crores units in the 7 metros and 4 crores in the tier 3, tier 4 towns. I'm taking this figure as 4 crore houses required today in tier 1, 2, 3, and 4 towns. So look at the multiplier effect. I'm just giving you all an example which you must understand, and we are a part of this story, and without us this story cannot be achieved, it's incomplete. 4 crore houses at 5 lakh rupees only. I'm talking about EWS, ELIG, I'm not talking about high-end houses. 4 crore houses at 5 lakh rupees only is 20 lakh crores. That is the kind of opportunity that exists today. For housing finance companies, let us assume that 60% of these people, of these 4 crore homes, of 5 lakh rupees each, 500 square foot to a house, let us assume that 60% of these people avail a home loan. And let's say they avail an 80% home loan on 5 lakh rupees. The opportunity for HFCs is about 150 billion US dollars. 150 billion US dollars. For the manufacturers who are our national preferred partners, and we keep telling you, you must join us to avail of the opportunity that we offer. Small thing, doors. In one house of 500 square feet, we require 5 doors. That means for 4 crore houses, we require 20 crore doors. Dorset is our national preferred partner, so handles, 20 crore handles. Big opportunity. Both sides, okay, 40 crore handles. That's Sushil Mantri for you. The Marwadi in him speaks. Okay, एक ही गिना जाता है वो. T-bolts, वो जो चिटकनी हम लगाते हैं. Another 20 crore T-bolts. Imagine, these are just small figures. 350 items, I'm just mentioning a few. Tiles for flooring. If it's a 500 square foot house, 4 crore houses, 200 crore square meter of tiling just for these 4 crore houses. WCs, 1 per house, 1 basin, 2 basins per house. So 4 crore WCs, 8 crore wash, as 1 kitchen sink, 1 wash basin for the toilet, 8 crore. Taps, let's say that each house needs just 3 taps. We're talking about 4 crore houses, 3 taps to a house, 12 crore taps. Kohler, are you listening? Then there's wires, paints, etc., etc. Bulbs. Let's say there are 7 bulbs to a house, 4 crore houses, 28 crore bulbs which keep getting fused all the time. There's a repetition there. So you think there's a huge opportunity. If you don't want to do real estate, you can do this also. Besides this, and I say this because I didn't realize it, we were sitting in a meeting, and Jakshay and I were sitting in a meeting with somebody very, very high up, and we were talking about how real estate helps us. He says, "आप लोग सिर्फ अपनी construction की बात क्यों करते हो? Each house," he says, "requires furniture. A 500 square foot LIG house requires 7 chairs. 4 crore into 7, 28 crore chairs. That's an opportunity. Beds, at least 2 beds to a house, 8 crore beds. Cupboards, 3 to a house, 12 crore cupboards. Then there's furnishings." He said, and I quote him, I won't name him, He said, पर्दे लगते हैं, curtains, fabric for your sofas, there's TV, there's refrigerators, there's coolers, because each house you make has people living in them who require all this. So friends, we are, please understand this is what we do. Now, what do we have to do? We have to pull up our socks, tighten our belts. We are strong, as the president just said, and we have to become stronger, support each other, and let's get ready for the ride. This is the opportunity. We are the ones who will do it. And I'm sure besides us, nobody is strong enough to do it. Thank you very much, friends. Thank you.
So the chairman, ladies and gentlemen, giving a very clarion call that all of you have earned this respect and regard in the industry because of the trust and faith and confidence which you have been able to build because of your value system. We continue with that. और opportunity बहुत है. उन्होंने mathematics पूरा हमें समझाया. और बढ़ते हुए भारत में ना केवल घरों की तरफ, but there are so many segments which we are going to be talking in these 2 days where the opportunity lies. So thank you so very much. And now we look forward to the views and the thoughts of our special guest present with us, the Deputy Mayor of Berlin, Central Berlin present, Mr. Carsten Spalek. I would like to request and invite him to kindly address this August gathering.
Wow, very impressive. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. I want to give you a warm and nice welcome to everybody of you, especially for Honorable Chairman Mr. Gitamba and your President Yakshi Shah. We are very proud that you have chosen for NetCom 18 Berlin, and we are thankful for that. We hope that you have a wonderful stay, you have wonderful experiences, maybe yesterday, today, and hopefully also tomorrow and the next days to come. My name is Carsten Spalek. I'm not only a city councillor, but was also in charge for housing, for rural development, and for building, also in social infrastructure. And I must excuse my mayor, my chief, and in our member board here in the City Council. He is, fortunately for him, in the holidays. Unfortunately for us, he cannot be here, but he greets us all very much and hopes that the conference here will be very successful for you. We have heard a wonderful introduction about Berlin, the last 25 or 70 years. So what I want to do is take a look at the last 25 years, because when you're talking about changes and transformation processes, Berlin might be a good example for it. After the wall came down, Berlin was a divided city, 2.3 million citizens, and many people said it's a city with great expectations, with a great future. And it was predicted to be 4 or 5 million citizens in a very short time. But that didn't happen. For a long time, at least. Now it's different. It took about 20 years after also the capital was set up in Berlin and the federal government came here, lots of jobs and startups created. Right now, Berlin is growing by 50,000 persons every year. But, yeah, that's a great success. But, on the other hand, the last 5 to 6 years, also the government, the state government, was happy about that, and forgot that certain demands and needs are connected to it. Where shall all those people live? Where shall the students and the pupils go to school, to university? An answer was missing. And nowadays, we must see that Berlin attracts all over the world. We have, in the last 10 years, we are coming from about 7 million guests a year to 13, so almost double. And they spend here nowadays 31 million nights a year, coming from 17. Not only for holiday, also for business purposes, for conferences, as you may also experience yourself. And it attracts people from all over the world. And as Berlin is getting not older, but growing, NatCom also does, 18th session, so I'm grateful and thankful that you chose Berlin as a place to be for the 18th birthday. And in a legal sense, you might get as an adult, so Berlin also. But we have to do many tasks to fulfill, because all those people I mentioned who are coming to Berlin every year since the last 3 or 4 years, they need housing. We predict we need about 20,000 new apartments every year. Last year, it was 13,000 realized. So you have a lack of 7,000 just last year. We are not talking about the 2-3 years before, and we're not talking about the future. And what we're also not talking about is the need in social infrastructure. In the next 8 years, we are talking about 60 new schools, which must be built here within the city of Berlin. Each school may have an investor amount of 30 to 50 million euros. And the others, which are not in a quite good state or condition when you have the chance to go to a school, it's not, well, you shouldn't imagine that some schools are in a type of condition you wouldn't expect from Germany. So there's also lots of renovation and refurbishing to do. And we assume that in the next 10 years, in Berlin alone, it's about 5 billion euros. So when your chairman was talking about opportunities, about taking opportunities, Berlin might also be a place for opportunities. Maybe also for you, you never know. We're not talking about airports, that's not a good example, but you might help us, and then it will be at least at the end a successful story, I hope so. So, no more joking, let's get serious. I'm very proud and thankful that you are here. I hope that we, the City of Berlin, can be a good host for you, that you have a wonderful time here holding your conference, not only in that wonderful hotel, but also in the city. Have some time to get to know the wonderful sightseeing spots of Berlin, get in touch with the Berliners. At the beginning, they might not seem that friendly, but they are. So don't be disturbed. It takes a while, maybe 2 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, but very deep in the heart, they're very nice and friendly people. So have a wonderful time. Feel welcomed because you are. Wish you lots of success for your personal and professional future. Thank you very much for being here. And to show what Berlin has undergone for a transformation process, let me just present your chairman and your president one book where the change of the last 15 years is documented in photographs, 15 years before, 15 years today. And if you want to be part of 15 years from now on, make your own pictures, make your own stories. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Spalek. Opening doors, not only with the rich hospitality and warmth which Berlin has extended to everyone here. And yes, you have very friendly people. We had a great experience yesterday with your people there in the Stone Brewery. And opening the doors, as I said, not only towards the hospitality, but also the opening doors for the real estate sector, for the opportunities which are there. I'm sure the next time we have the book, it's going to be having a lot of from the Indian real estate sector also. Amen. And now I would like to request our distinguished guest of honor, Ms. Renu Sood Kannan, the Managing Director of HDFC Limited, for her address.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Your Excellency, our Ambassador to Germany, Mrs. Tomar, Mr. Carsten Spalek, the Deputy Mayor of Berlin, your beautiful city, my friend, Mr. Jejina, my partners, developers, both on the dais and all here. I have to say that I'm very worried. I think all my projects in India are going to be 1 week delayed. All of you guys are here. Who's working there? So I better tell all my customers, you're not going to get your possessions for at least a week more. Thank you so much for the NetCon committee for inviting me this morning. She actually gave away my age and for how long I've worked here. But let me tell you, even now, every year, I'm raring to come to work. So that's what this sector is all about. It is a sector that actually touches every person, every heart. We all need a home. What more than that, between the people who create them, the people who, furnish them, and the people who fund them, we are actually providing that. So I think it's one of the most dearest of human requirements. It's a great pleasure to be here in Berlin today, and I will share a few of my thoughts. The last 4 years, as Gitambar mentioned, ever since the new government came in charge, we've had momentous, decisions, regulations, and it has really proved to be a watershed moment for real estate industry. Reforms, policy measures, incentives have been doled out, not only to revive the sector, but also to bring in a long-needed sectorial reform in terms of discipline, in terms of transparency, which actually, Gitambar, you did talk about. The industry was awarded the industry status. RERA came in. Prime Minister's Awas Yojana has been a real hit. Smart Cities Mission, the Amrit Yojana, to name a few. All of us sitting here today are aware of the numerous challenges we have in this industry. Urban housing shortage, scarcity and cost of land, lack of social infrastructure, and funding. These are all on top of our mind, the concerns we have. But I would highlight one thing, which I think personally for me is most important. And Gitambar, you took the punch out of my speech because you referred to it. I would talk about managing perceptions. Be it the perception of customers, of regulatory bodies, lenders, governments, or other stakeholders. The good work and intentions of the majority of people in the sector, and many of whom are here, get overshadowed by some of the outliers. It is time that we stand up, you and us together, and combat this generalization by showcasing and highlighting the good and positive facet of this industry. Gitambar, you're absolutely correct. People don't understand the importance of this industry in terms of what the domino effect is going to be and how other industries come in. In the US, the state of the economy in the US very often is actually read by and interpreted by housing starts. So if you see any of the large papers in the US, you'll have somewhere where they'll talk about how many housing starts have happened in that city, because that's a great metric as to what is going to happen to the economy of the city. So maybe we should try and see. Unfortunately for us, we have some 6,000 municipalities and various places from where, the approvals happen or don't happen actually also. But that really is a very important metric if we can get. Managing perceptions entails undertaking measures and practices. Sorry, you may think I'm talking down to you, but I'm not, because I'm part of you. Managing perceptions entail undertaking measures and practices which are future of the industry. A few measures that we can achieve are collaboration. Collaboration between developers, lenders, government nodal agency is the need of the hour. Frequent parleys, interactions, cross-pollination of ideas, views and issues will go a long way in synergizing the thoughts of all the stakeholders and provide useful inputs to the government agencies responsible for formulating policy and incentive structures for the industry. Compliance. Number 2. Compliance to government policies, nodal agencies, central and state body is vital in this, and it really will help a great deal in combating with some of the negative perceptions people have. This will help in standardizing business practices across the developers and will bring in the most touted and desired transparency. This step can go a long way in boosting confidence of the customers, lenders, and other stakeholders. Customer relationships. It is imperative that we start taking the services of trained professionals. I think a lot of you are doing. I think many of the builders in this room have actually professionalized themselves over the years, but I think it needs to happen across, be it for marketing, for accounting, for engineering. The most acute and imminent need is the case of customer care and customer service. With customer activism at its peak, thanks to the WhatsApp and thanks to the SMSs and thanks to all the Twitter and all the blogs that people can actually, for a small mistake or a small problem, can actually just shatter your reputation. I think you need to have now people who are trained professionals who can actually take care of customer grievances, mitigate any issues before they become a very large problem. Commitments. Commitments with respect to delivery schedules, quality, payment plans, and specifications have to be honored. I'm sorry to say, it doesn't always happen. And I think you as a body can really do something about it. It is time we start making brands. It should be a brand. I know some of the developers are already brands, but I think we need far more brands in this industry. We make brands rather than projects. Sharing regular updates and being transparent with customers and authorities can never be substituted by any glitzy advertisement or, getting the best of names or the actor or actresses. Really doesn't go a long way. It just maybe brings the man to to see your ad or maybe come to your doorstep. But he is not going to tell somebody else to buy another property if his experience hasn't been good. Word of mouth is still the most potent communication strategy in real estate. Global trends. A lot can be followed by following global trends, be it new building technology, eco-friendly practices, use of raw materials, and architectural trends. Take cues from the international practices and adapt it to our Indian needs so that we can hasten and transform the process and crash the cycle of construction, thereby bringing down costs for the customers. I think this is the best forum, and as I said, our host, the Deputy Mayor, has already offered us to come and build here, but what we'd like to learn from you is how you make homes faster, quicker, and more efficient. Adapting technology. Technology has disrupted almost every industry today. With customers getting more and more exposed to the wonders of technology, we need to understand and invest in concepts like smart homes, the Internet of Things, and specifically and especially the Internet. The Internet can be an extremely important marketing tool. I know a lot of you use it, out to get new customers and who are located in distant geographies. This will help us expand our market even beyond our own shores. The mushroom real estate listing sites and their traffic is a testimony to this fact. So these were some of my thoughts. I think you've heard a lot from all my other colleagues on the dais. And they come from my long association in this sector that I love. It's a sector that has made me what I am. So I wish you all the best. Please bring home and livelihood to millions of our Indians. And I absolutely agree with you. There is a scintillating bright future for us. There are unbound opportunities both for you and for us, all of us in the finance sector. I think even for the regulators to some extent. So enjoy yourself here. Have a great time in Berlin. But let's go back home and get cracking onto all the good things we need in real estate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your very insightful thoughts and guidance on how to grow and evolve in this changing environment of regulatory, economic, and political environment where we are seeing a lot of disruptions also in terms of technology, where we stand focused, building more ethical and sustainable business practices with a lot of cooperation and partnership with the other countries. We really value your thoughts and your association. Thank you, ma'am. And now I would like like to request and invite our Honorable Chief Guest, Her Excellency Mrs. Mukta Datta Tomar, the Honorable Ambassador of India to the Federal Republic of Germany, for her inaugural address.
Chairman, Mr. Anand, President, Mr. Shah, special guest, Srimati Karnan, Excellency Deputy Mayor of Berlin, Mr. Spalek, distinguished members on the dais, and distinguished guests. It is really my pleasure to be here today at this gathering of the Indian real estate developers. New India, a reformed India, is breaking the stereotype. Prime Minister Modi, over the last 4 years, has led us to break the stereotype about India. He has engaged with world leaders and showed them the Indian growth story. He has brought reforms within the country, which is changing the narrative abroad and is improving growth in the country. India is a new India, and we are proud to be a part of this growth story. This means growing number of opportunities for us to collaborate with the world's industry leaders, bring Indian capital and expertise to the world, and not just grow your businesses, but also help India grow. Germany was the top European real estate destination in 2017. Annual investment volumes increased to $60 billion in 2017, marking the 6th successive year of growth. How can government initiatives help? This government, as you are aware, is a business facilitator, not just for foreign businesses in India, but also Indian businesses abroad. Let me give you a background of our relationship with Germany. We share friendly relations for decades, and our cooperation rests on the common fundamental values of democracy, fundamental freedoms, and a rules-based international order. The mainstay of our relationship with Germany is economic. Germany is our largest trading partner in Europe, with a bilateral trade of 19 billion euro in 2017. Germany is also the 7th largest foreign direct investor in India. There are more than 215 Indian companies operating in Germany and over 1,800 Indo-German collaborations and over 600 joint ventures in operation in India. We have strong bilateral cooperation which has laid out institutional mechanisms to help business relations between our countries grow. In the joint statement of the 4th Intergovernmental Consultations last year, it was agreed that both sides expressed their commitment to work towards the goals expressed in the new urban agenda agreed at the Habitat 3 conference in 2016. Indo-German cooperation on urban development will help to facilitate their implementation. Sustainable urban development was agreed as a new priority area of bilateral cooperation between India and Germany in 2016. Until 2022, Germany intends to provide financial and technical support in the range of 1 billion euros. The Joint Working Group on Sustainable Urban Development has identified Kochi, Coimbatore, and Bhubaneswar for bilateral cooperation. Underpinning this cooperation, both sides encourage to cooperate in the field of spatial and urban monitoring and evaluation systems. Sustainable urban development is important on our bilateral agenda. I specifically talk about this as it is important for real estate developers who are important stakeholders in helping develop sustainable solutions for the growing demands of urbanization, which Chairman just referred to. He gave the figures a little while ago, which are all relevant for us. Looking forward, India will experience the largest wave of urbanization in the world over the next 2 decades. We are working to transform 100 cities into smart cities and 115 aspirational districts into new centers of progress, which will require mass transit, waste management, pollution control, sustainable habitat, and affordable housing systems, an area for businesses to contribute and progress. Important areas that this gathering can cooperate with Germany include in construction equipment, smart technologies, and know-how. According to the 2017 Smart Cities Index, 10 of the top 50 smart cities are in Germany. You are sitting in the 13th best smart city in the world today. It is important to build sustainable cities, building an infrastructure, and here we can learn from the best practices of Germany. I would encourage you to interact with your German counterparts to form partnerships in creating clean and green cities, which is an important focus for Germany. These are areas that German companies are very interested in. They look for partners, and this is where you can bring the best of Indian business sense and German technology together. We at the Embassy are here to facilitate and help India and Indians grow. I wish you a very productive conference and a wonderful stay in this very beautiful city of Berlin. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing with us the very vision and mission of our dynamic Prime Minister towards shaping a new India, which extends a lot of opportunity for the real estate sector to be contributing in the nation building, and also where India has been closely working with Germany, identifying these mutual areas of cooperation, working towards the new urban agenda and more sustainable development growth, where Germany has offered a lot of technical as well as the sustainable solution support to India. This opportunity, as ma'am said, again stands for us to look into, explore more of these areas so that India can actually take forward in its very vision which it has towards shared prosperity. Thank you, ma'am. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we now come to the close of this session, which actually has set the tone and the context of our 2 days of discussions which we are going to be taking forward, I would like to request and invite here Mr. Rishabh Patel, the Chair NatCon Committee, to kindly propose a formal vote of thanks.
A warm welcome to all distinguished guests on and off the dais. Our chief guest, Mrs. Mukta Datta Tomer, Ambassador of India to Federal Republic of Germany. Our guest of honor, Ms. Renu Sood Karnad, Managing Director, HDFC Limited. Our special guest, Mr. Khushru Jijina, Managing Director, Piramal Capital and Housing Finance Limited. And our second special guest, Mr. Herr Kirsten Spalek, Deputy Mayor, Berlin. CREDAI Chairman, Mr. Gita Maranan, CREDAI President, Mr. Jakshay Shah, and other CREDAI's office bearer. Media, NetCon author, CREDAI Gujarat President, Mr. Paresh Gajira, NetCon Chairman, Mr. Shekhar Patel, and all other CREDAI chapter president and members. I'm honored to gratify the vote of thanks on behalf of CREDAI as chairman of the NetCon 2018 at Berlin. We had decided on Berlin as a destination due to its rich history and several similarities in its growth pattern. One of the theme is being destruction of Berlin Wall in early 90s and drastically changed the economic development of the city further. And the similarity that's reflect in India. Economic liberalization during the same period brought economical breakthrough as well. And moreover, we are happy that to host this 3 days conference for the first time, offering maximum knowledge sharing and networking, making it more worthwhile for all delegates to attend the conference. I would like to also appreciate efforts from our knowledge partners, Raka from CBRE, Sajay from JLL, and Saumil from Cushman and Wakefield for putting up together a list of high-octane speakers and thereby creating well-planned sessions. I also like to thank speakers for making it this NetCon and sharing their valuable thoughts. I hope we all can take many positives from this conference. I would like to thank our associate team, Planet, Init, Go Banana, MCHI team, True Events, Overheard Communication, live streaming teams, MSL for social media, InchView for app, and Eventgrade for every other reason. Intercontinental for hospitality, Mr. Bunty Bans from Amrit Restaurant, they are going to cater us the food and hospitality. Providing delicious food here throughout this NetCon for 3 days. That's a local partner here. Without them, the mega event would not have been possible for the success. I would also like to thank all 20 media traveling from India all the way to Berlin to cover 18th, 19th CREDAI NetCon. I would also like to thank CREDAI Team Gujarat, who have been working hard selflessly for the past several months to make this event successful. I request all of you to please give them a big round of applause to CREDAI Gujarat. Finally, I'd like to appreciate the contribution of our sponsors of NetCon 18. It would not possible without them that the event would be more successful like this. With delegates to all stalls of our sponsors for the first time under the leadership of Chairman and President NetCon and CREDAI as well. We have institutionalized the National Preferred Partner concept, in which signifies one of the category, one brand per year. We have appointed youth ambassadors from several cities and states who shall introduce follow developers of our sponsors. So once again, I request all the delegates, please give your best valuable time to all the sponsors and their participation. As a token of appreciation, I would like to request our chief guest, Mrs. Mukta Datta Tomar, to felicitate Mr. Tetsu Yasu Kawamoto, Joint MD from Anchor by Panasonic, our lead sponsor and a national partner. Please, Sir Tetsu Yamu, sir, please come over on the stage. Thank you, sir. I also like to request our guest of honor, Renu Sood Karnar, to felicitate Mr. Sri Gopal Kabra, CMD RR Global, our national preferred partner. Please come, sir. Okay, we continue. They are preferred partners for 5 years for the first time in CREDAI history. I would like to once again thank all preferred partners, Hitachi, Deconic, HDFC, Anchor by Panasonic, Sera, Nitco, Farvision, Dorset, RR Cable, and RR Parkon, LIC Housing Finance Limited. Our associate sponsors, Altico, luxury partner, Qton, and other allied sponsors, KEF, Kethara, PSP Projects, Colher, Omega Elevators, Tata Capital, Duravit, Classic Marble Company, Fujitac, Kushi Ambient Media Solution, Astral Pipe, Heek Vision, and Flowguard Plus. Last but not least, I thank you all the delegates coming in large numbers and making NetCon 18 highest registered event in the CREDAI's history. Wish you all the best for the conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we conclude the inaugural session. Once again, our utmost thanks to our chief guest, our guest of honor, to our special guest for joining us and sharing the words of wisdom with us. I would like to request our photographer, if I can request him, we'll have a group photograph. May I request you, ma'am, a last photograph. We'll have a group photograph and then we close the session. Requesting you all to remain at your seats, for we are going to be moving straight into the next session. And one of the major challenges which the real estate sector is facing is the RERA Act. Still 2 years it's been implemented, or it came into force, but we have not seen the full implementation of this. We are going to be doing a reality check of RERA in the next session, which is going to be coming in. So please join us. Remain at your respective seats. As I said, the arrangements of tea and coffee is outside. It's going to be running tea any time of the day. You can have your tea, but be a part of this, all these sessions. And thanks once again for all your support. Thank you. Okay, ma'am. Good to meet you. आप सभी को मैं एक बार फिर से बताना चाहूँगी, हमारे पूरे ये जो 1.5 दिन का हमारा टेक्निकल सेशंस रहेगा, वी हैव ट्राई टू मेक इट कि आप बाहर चाय की व्यवस्था की गई है, रनिंग टी रहेगा, आप कभी भी जाकर चाय ले सकते हैं, पर यहाँ पर हम अपने सेशंस कंटिन्यू रखेंगे और उसकी तरफ आपका सपोर्ट का बहुत ज़रूरत है कि आप सभी सेशंस में पार्टिसिपेट करें. As we express our thanks to all our valued partners in success, we would also like to express thanks by showing their work.